The Battle of Fort Washington, fought on November 16, 1776, was a decisive British victory during the American Revolutionary War. This battle, part of the larger New York and New Jersey campaign, resulted in the capture of a key American stronghold and the loss of thousands of Continental troops, further solidifying British control over New York City. Background: following the Continental Army's defeat at the Battle of Long Island in August 1776, General George Washington and his forces retreated from Manhattan, leaving behind a garrison at Fort Washington. Situated on a high bluff on the northern end of Manhattan Island, the fort was designed to defend the Hudson River alongside Fort Lee on the New Jersey side. Despite Washington's hesitations, General Nathanael Greene and Colonel Robert Magaw believed the fort could withstand a British assault. Washington ultimately decided to leave a force of around 3,000 men to defend it, under Magaw's command. The battle. On the morning of November 16, British General William Howe launched a coordinated assault on the fort. The attack was carried out in 4 directions. Hessians under General Wilhelm von Kniphausen attacked from the north. British troops under General Hugh Percy advanced from the south. A force led by General Charles Cornwallis attacked from the east. Troops under Lord Stirling crossed the Harlem River to cut off any American retreat. The defenders, despite fighting valiantly, were overwhelmed by the British and Hessian forces. The fort's high ground advantage was not enough to resist the superior numbers and firepower of the British. By the afternoon, Magaw was forced to surrender, leading to the capture of nearly 3,000 American soldiers, the largest mass surrender of American troops during the war. Aftermath and impact. The loss of Fort Washington was a devastating blow to the American cause. The captured soldiers were taken to British prison ships, where many died due to harsh conditions. The fall of the fort also led to the abandonment of Fort Lee, as Washington ordered a full retreat across New Jersey to avoid further losses. Despite this setback, Washington learned valuable lessons about fortifications and mobility, which would shape his strategy for the remainder of the war. The defeat also highlighted the brutality of Hessian forces, further fueling Patriot resistance and determination. Conclusion: the Battle of Fort Washington was a major British victory that further weakened the Continental Army in the early stages of the war. However, while the battle resulted in heavy losses for the Americans, it also forced Washington to adopt new tactics that ultimately contributed to the survival and success of the Revolution. The costly lessons learned from Fort Washington would play a role in Washington's later strategic victories, including his daring counterattacks in New Jersey.